too.
Right.
There's a whole other story to this. We
Part
got to get to
two,
the bishop, man. We got to get to the bishop.
Because the part two is this is crazy. That's part one. There you go, Doc. Go on, get in there.
Check. We'll talk about that. Hey, what up, Bishop Lamont? Thank you for joining the show, man.
My pleasure.
Much love to you, Doc. How you feeling today, man?
Excellent. I was just trying to get through this rain carefully. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. Take your time. Take your time. This shit ain't no joke.
Message.
Everybody can't do this.
Message.
How you been doing, man?
Excellent, brother.
Now, you know what? I didn't know this brother in his heyday, but we met someplace, and every time I see him, he got nothing but respect for me. And it's mutual respect. And when I called him up for the holidays, I said, man, what you doing on Tuesday, 6 o'clock? He said, I ain't doing nothing. Won't you come on the show? So you kick off the new year with me? Come on, Doc. Now, I tried to get him to do it remote. He said, no, I'm coming to the studio. I said, come on, man, do it. No, I'm coming to the studio. His ass is late, but he here, goddammit. I ain't mad.
Oh, it's better in spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It's even better than.
Come on, tighten it a little bit. We get
There you go. There you go.
All right, there we go. We sharing one camera today, folks. Talk to us, Dustin. I know you got some questions. You did your research.
Definitely. I appreciate you once again joining the program, man.
My chat room was over here. Got about
What's up, y'all?
People in the chat room. There you go. They're loving you already.
Yeah. Let's go to the beginning, man. I would love to know about your grind, your hustle, before the buzz started kicking in back in the day. Can you give us an idea of what it was like for Bishop Lamont coming up, during the grind times before we even knew the name?
Oh, man, that's fun. It starts with so many no's, not no's on my face, like N.O, like no, not even the opening of an envelope. In the beginning for Bishop Lamont, it's just that dream. Is seeing, all your favorite MCs, your favorite producers, your favorite singers, and wanting to do what you see them doing. And so that's going out there trying to do the same things you see them doing. Thank you. See, fixing my mic, presidential. And so that's wanting to go to the open mics, you know what I mean? And that's getting to Project Blow, that's getting to Good Life, that's getting the Elements, whatever it was going on in LA. If it was in Hollywood, that was the How Can I Be Down? The Jack the Rapper conventions, the Urban Network. You know what I'm saying? That was being at the Beat and Power and begging to do drops for every DJ just to be heard, trying to do freestyles. And people finally getting worn down from me keep asking, can I do this, or carrying the crates for DJs. So it was just always pursuing it and not being afraid of no. It didn't feel good to get no, but I kept going and I kept taking the risk until I found myself down the right pathways. But it took commitment, having that vision, and just practicing and not listening to other people that are afraid to take risks, that are afraid to go for big things that might be beyond your scope physically even. And that's Bishop Lamont since he was a kid. You know what I mean?
I'm listening to him talk about all the different events we had to go to. Jack the Rapper, the BRE, all those things are no longer with us no more.
And we need them.
We need something like that. But we fucked them off, though, man. That's the only problem. They would still be here, but we fucked them off.
I can't say we can say there's irresponsible parties because we love what we had. It's just people didn't turn out correctly. People didn't want to pay correctly. People want to start nickel and dime and everything and having shortcuts instead of reinvesting the same thing they want to back into it for the new generations. Those were great situations because I made bonds with brothers that stand to this day. Okay. It's just people don't appreciate that, don't want to pay dues. Well, you know what I mean? It's,
I stopped going to a lot of the shows when folks started fighting.
That's a whole nother aspect of it. Yes, sir.
That was my problem. Because when I went to the Jack the Rapper in Atlanta, I bought a plane ticket, go to Jack the Rapper. I didn't fly 5 miles on a red eye to go be running through the goddamn lobby. Okay, right. I'm coming to meet with the Georgia Peaches. I'm going to get me some peach pie, baby.
Freaknik.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you go to the BRE, which is right here in LA, usually at the Universal Hilton by Universal Studios.
Righteous. Yeah.
Beautiful event. Even if you didn't pay, you can sit in the lobby and get shit handled. Yes. Okay. You'd run into all the executives. At some point in time, the seminars and the showcases would be over with, and then people would just gather in the lobby, and that's where the parties were at. The lobby, the bar, the restaurant. And the problem I told my audience before, those type of events, the one problem with those type of events is that all those venues were owned by people not of color.
Message.
Okay, so they don't have to. They don't need your once a year money to survive.
True.
They got deals with Universal Studios. They got deals with airlines. They got deals with all kind of people, conventions, whatever the case may be. So they give you a chance to do something, and not the people that the organizers, but the people that he invites. And then at a certain point in time, that's all that was coming because the whole thing was gangster rap for a minute.
Yes.
And when people start watching TV, niggas can't go on TV. Oh, nigga, them niggas ain't coming.
West.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it just changed. It changed the element of the game. That's all.
Yeah, but there's always still room for it. Where you got people who believe in it and want to uphold it, you're gonna have some people who don't know how to behave. But that shouldn't stop the progression. That shouldn't stop the community from coming together, because us having those outlets is how we had power. Now, once we gave it over to the powers that be, there it goes. Our music gets packaged a whole nother way. Our image gets packaged a whole nother way. How we live, how our incomes work is totally rearranged off the backs of what poverty and blackness created. You know what I mean? Hallelujah. That's true. Message.
You know what? One thing you gave me a tape. Not tape. You gave me a CD.
I like that. No, say tape. Like we used to.
You gave me a CD. You gave me a CD. We was at the NAMM convention.
Yeah.
I popped that CD in on the way to the pad. And you had more messaging in that summer gun than a damn answering machine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What makes you write those kind of songs, Doc?
The OJs. What was it? Message in our music, music in our message. How that rock?
In our music, yeah.
Yeah. Curtis Mayfield. Otis Redding, Sam Cooke. I'm an old soul, man.
That old, man.
I feel like I was Bunchy Carter in a past life, man. Something like that. But just growing up with my mom playing music like that. So I always wanted to put that consciousness into it. I remember the first time I heard Change Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. And it just changed my life as a young child, and especially being such a huge fan of Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? So when that autobiography happened, the movie and that scene, it even fused it even more in my mind what I needed to do with my music to a certain extent. And so it was to infuse it with that consciousness. People can only take so much preaching, but it's necessary. Annoying niggas with the truth. At least you tried to tell them. You know what I mean? So that's my stance. You know what I mean? It's got to have the right energy. At the same time, it's the street mentality. It's all that, but the knowledge has to still be with the music to move the people. That's always been the commitment. So when, the majors didn't want to agree with that, the spirit of what that was over there didn't agree with my soul, what I stand for. So you got to go another way with it. So that's what it is.
You're a perfect example of what they don't want to hear.
Message.
Okay. Not because it's bad for them, because you don't perpetuate the bullshit.
Message.
You don't perpetuate the bullshit. And see, that's the bullshit. Like I just said a minute ago, bullshit moves light speed while motherfucking truth is on roller skates.
Right.
Okay.
If it bleeds, it leads. Stay on that nonsense.
And we get caught up into that shit. Meanwhile, we're the biggest victims of the whole concept in the streets. We bleeding like a son bitch every day a week. Somebody is dying from lead poisoning because of that philosophy.
Message.
Okay.